starting from the idea that philosophers are asking questions and trying to answer them, one thing that we need to do is to provide potential answers to philosophical questions. And those answers are basically philosophical theories. So if somebody has an answer to the question, what is knowledge, that's a theory of knowledge. For example, some people think that knowledge is something like justified true belief. Some people think that it's something like a certain kind of mental state that involves you, but also involves the external world that you know something about. So philosophers, in my view, need to formulate philosophical theories, because if they're not doing that, then they're just not providing anything that could be an answer to the philosophical questions. Not everybody agrees with that. Some people think that a philosopher's job is not to build theories, but just to remove confusions, just to sort of tidy things up and clarify them. But all kinds of inquiry involve some kind of clarification of the questions and so on, and that is a part of philosophy. But we really are trying to answer these questions, and although the questions are very abstract and general, they're questions which make sense. Like, the question, what is justice? That's a question that we can understand, and we can think about various attempts to answer it. For example, is justice the same thing as fairness? And then what we have to do is to find ways of sorting out between better and worse answers to these questions. What that has often involved philosophers in doing is considering a whole bunch of examples of what they're asking about. So that, for example, if you're interested in the question of whether justice and fairness are the same thing, the sort of thing that you might do is to try to find examples of justice that are not examples of fairness, or examples of fairness that are not examples of justice. We're concerned in that way with testing our theories by data in the form of examples, and if the examples go badly for the theory, then these are counterexamples to them, which show that there's something wrong with the theory. One thing that's distinctive about the way philosophers think is that many of the examples that they use are imaginary ones. They're what are sometimes called thought experiments, rather than, if you like, the kind of real-life experiments that scientists typically do. So there's a story that the definition of man as a featherless biped, featherless two-legged thing was once put forward, and Diogenes plucked a chicken and said, "This is a man according to that definition," and that would be a counterexample to it. But of course, he didn't really need to pluck a chicken. All you need to do is to imagine a plucked chicken to realize that something could be an example of one without being an example of the other. And a lot of philosophy still consists in finding out potential counterexamples like that, examples which could be one thing without being the others. And so if you can find that at least shows that the theory that somebody's put forward is not necessarily true, because there's a possible counterexample to it.